So now I'm again coming back to the standard flow. Let's try to understand it in more details. So now I'm in the Fieldglass. So this content modifier I am very well understood. Okay. So these are the various properties. Okay. What I am setting it in the body. So in the body, it is something, let's try to decode this entire flow. You will get some good level of confidence as well. So this is what they are setting it. Okay. So XML version, optional connection, document type, everything is blank here. It's a blank XML. Okay. Now what they are doing after this? After this, define connector actually. Okay. They are doing some connection related and then they are calling another API. It's a SOAP-based API. If you see here, the SOAP-based API, they're calling another API. So if you double click here, you will see that here also they must have set all these things as externalized because this is a standard content, or whether or it can be a custom development as well. But when you're going to migrate to your upper environment, your address will change, right? Your adapter will, means you will be using the same adapter, but your endpoints will change. Your credentials will change according to the environment. So if you know that these are going to change, why would I hard code it? I will not allow anybody to come inside my flow and make changes. So I will be creating all these things as an externalized parameter. If I note that these are the things will remain same, so I can hard code it. But as a best practice, if you are going to use uh, any adapter, better to use all of these parameters as externalized so that you can control it in a better way. Okay, so certificate authentication also they have set it as externalized. So they might be using a certificate based authentication. In upper environment, they might be using OAuth. Okay, so if they will not set it as an externalized parameter, then they have to come inside the flow and they have to make changes. Okay, so now they are calling an external service filter. By seeing this funnel shape, you will come to know there's a filter. What they are doing here now. Okay, very good. Probably I would be expecting a response from you. What this particular statement is doing? Any volunteer? Data text, and then what this text is doing?
Is it
And
used to read the XML data? XPath
no,
expression?
it is taking the XPath expression. It is taking the XPath expression, but after that, what this text is doing?
The value of that data text?
Yes, value, and
Whatever we have.
it will
Value.
eliminate the tags. If you remember,
Yeah.
the value type is string. It's not node or node list, right? And we discuss this syntax. So if you use this text, you will you you will not get the XML tag value. So the XML will something like this. So it will be, I'm expecting it will be something like data, and inside data you will having data text. Let's say some values like this, and then data text. Okay, so if you run this particular, I'm just eliminating the previous tags as well. But if you run this, the output will be coming as ABCD. Okay, after filter, you will be getting this value. So now after this, they have set a script. We are yet to go through this script. Okay, now there is a converter, CSV to XML converter. So you remember this XSD. Whenever we need to convert CSV to XML, we would be needing an XSD. So where can you see the XSD? So I will double click here. I will come here in the references. XSD contingent worker. This is XSD. Okay, so if you open this is the XSD. So this XSD, they are converting. So these are the tag names of your XML file, which is going to create buyer code, address code, cost center name. Okay, so again, after this, what we are doing, converter, then again, set user details, again a content modifier. What we are doing here in the content modifier, Again, byte, body as byte. Just check what this statement will. I would be giving assignment as well. Just add one content modifier and populate with some body, some standard body, and in the next content modifier, just execute this. Execute below. Okay, just execute below and just see the output. Okay, byte, body as byte. Now, and just ping in the group so that I can also learn. Okay, filter. Now, filter, wonderful. So what are we having in the filter? Filter we discussed yesterday. So if you see a contingent worker list, contingent workers, so how the XML will look like? This is going to be the root tag. Right? And inside root tag, contingent worker will be there. Inside contingent worker, I will be having status as well. Right? And the status will have value true, active, inactive, something like that. Okay, so it is just checking all these confirmed work order status. Work order status will be also inside this. So by seeing this, you should be able to visualize how the data will be coming. Then there is a content modifier again. After filter, we know that root tag will be eliminated. So we are using as in this tag, and they are using still the same syntax in dot body or dollar body. Okay, so we have discussed that after filter root tag will be eliminated. Whatever we are discussing right now, everything is implemented in the standard flow. Means I'm just trying to give you some confidence that yeah, whatever we have discussed, we are able to interpret. Now there's a router. Just now we have discussed, and this slash means, what does this slash means? There's a slash in the
Default
yeah,
router.
yes, it will default out. So if you double click here, you will not find any condition. So if you see here, they have also mentioned if there is no data, if there is no data, then they do not want to process it further, right? So they are just setting as some set start date. If there is no data, they are setting the current date. Run this statement as well. This statement as well. Okay, it will give you a current date time. Then there is another content modifier. What they are doing in this content modifier, again, see, means you will learn a lot of things if you run it. And in the standard flow, they're just populating warning. See, body all replaced. They are replacing body. Very good. One more statement you have to. What you have to do here while running, replace pass payload with GMT. Okay, pass some payload with some GMT, and it will replace all the GMT with Z. Okay, it will replace the GMT with Z. This is one of the syntax. You can use it and start documenting all these syntaxes. Uh, there is probably you will come up with your own documentation later. Okay, now after this, so right now we are in the which branch? We are in the no data branch, right? So then it is going to call success factors. Okay, it is sending something to success factors. So what it is doing, whether it is getting from success factor or it is sending something to the success factor, means it is posting or it is getting. So it is posting something in the success factor, that it is hitting this particular API with that there is no data found. Okay, there is no data found. Then it is hitting that success factor API and post that it is just ending and end message, and then it is ending over here. Now, if there is a data in this router, how to, what condition they have set. So we'll just see this condition as well. Okay, so now this is the condition they have used. They are counting contingent worker is greater than 0. That is what we have also discussed. Okay, so this is another way. So I will just copy this and paste it in a proper place. Router. Try to create notes in a proper manner. I'm just randomly adding, collating everything in a single place so that you can refer and update this. Okay. Routing XML conditions. Okay, now what next? Once you are done with this, we are yet to explore all these things. What all things? Set user detail. If you open this content modifier, again they are doing something. Again there is a router. Okay. Now if I open this router, see, now they are, what they are doing here, they are checking what is the value of the property name as count. If it is greater than 1, then it is taking set more than 1 records. Okay, then it is coming to this particular route. So this is how you can,
Why they use router over here? Okay, they are passing some because default session is there, na? Default route they have used.
why they are passing, they want to check whether there are more records or not. That is what the condition is.